Welcome, everybody. Once again, welcome to the What the Football channel. This is the BH and Scrubber Show. We like the Washington Commanders. On today's show, we're going to go over we had some things we'd like to see during the Cleveland game. We're going to talk about some of that, and then we're going to talk about how that relates to the upcoming Ravens game and see the improvements as they come along and watch those things. And, of course, it wouldn't be the BH and Scrubber Show without my boy BH. Welcome, BH.
Thanks, man. Yeah, pretty good game. Typical preseason stuff. You can't read too much into it sometimes.
Right.
But it's good to see them out there. They did get the win, so we like that. A win's a win, even in preseason.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so but my observations on the game were, I mean, I think overall, I think our first string guys kind of took care of their guys. The defense, I think, did pretty good. We had more yardage. We had more passing yards. And, then things get mixed up because, it's not like they always just pull second string and third string. They intermingle some guys. So it's not always strength on strength. But overall, we did good. I think I liked the style of offense. I liked how except for the interception.
Yeah.
He did hang on a little too long, but they were on him. But he just did his drops, did his reads, did his drop and threw, did his read. Even to the touchdown to Jahan, he boom, looked off the safety, went left and threw. And it was a little off target. But Jahan reached back and grabbed it. But the thing is, he got it off. He didn't wait. Yeah, he didn't sit there. So that's sort of that kind of precision offense, that enemy thing, that West Coast, get your guy and go. I like that. I think I was a little disappointed. I was kind of looking. The only thing was it seemed like we went really soft zone when we put the backups in. It seemed super soft. They really, they kind of went downfield on us. Probably something you see in a lot of preseason games. I'll be honest with you. You probably kind of see that. And then the other thing was that there were 7 penalties.
Ugh.
And preseason sloppy, but still 7 penalties is not good. And third down was 3 for 11. So we talked about efficiencies on third down. So just those penalties and the third down efficiency wasn't up to par. First game, I get it, but these are the things we like to look at. Those kind of things. I don't think there was help me out here. There was no boneheaded calls in terms of throwing challenge flags or anything like that. I think timeouts were pretty much monitored correctly, right?
Yeah.
That was good. There was we didn't see, because that's we've got a new guy who's supposed to, Zampese's going to look after that, keep things straightened out, watch your timeouts, use them judiciously. It works both ways. A lot of teams burn timeouts and they're so dumb, but other teams don't, they'll go into the close to, 3 minutes left in the game and have all their timeouts. And I oftentimes see, I watch games and go, man, why don't you just call a timeout and settle your team down?
Yeah.
You can't, it works both ways, but for us, so that was good. What did you think overall?
Well, I went back and I watched the first half. So the second half, you can almost let go. So I thought the first half was good. The boys rolled down the field a little bit. We had the penalties were a bummer. It was Wiley with 2 of them. He caused us the safety, but it speaks to, like you talk about, those who can do, those who can't cheat or hold. So is that going to continue in the future? Now, they were playing against the Browns' defensive line. What are they going to do against the Ravens' defensive line? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So is holding going to be a from here on out? So I'd like to keep an eye on that. And speaking to game management type stuff, I really thought towards the end of the first half there, when Brissett was quarterback. I felt like when they were close to the 2 minute mark, they didn't really have I felt they could have practiced like a more hurry up offense. So they didn't
Yeah.
really use that. Like they could have used that for like a 2 minute drill to get down there. And then I think the other part where they muffed too is they got the interception towards the end of the first half. And there was like, they got it on the Browns' 46-yard line with 17 seconds left in the half, and they throw a Hail Mary. Now, I thought that was totally bogus. That's bad, bad, bad coaching. They should have tried. They still had 3 timeouts. They could have easily ran a couple to try and get up to the 30-yard line and kick the field goal. I thought it was totally bogus to try that, and it was a terrible Hail Mary. It looked terrible. It wasn't even close. And so I felt that was an opportunity to try and run a quick offense, try and get them close enough, and let Sly or Badgley kick the field goal. So I thought that was terrible. I don't want to see that kind of stuff in the future. So that was actually Sam Howell didn't throw an interception. It was Brissett and Frome, I think, threw the 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
So our boy Sam did really good. He had a 119 QB stat. Give him that one. The other thing was with the penalties, the holding penalties. Not only did John Bates drop that beautiful pass, but it would have been negated anyways because it was holding on Wiley, and then holding penalties on offense kill us. So I want to see that cleaned up a little bit. I want to see the better ball control. And speaking of that, the tight end got the ball stripped from him. Now, them guys were aggressively going for the ball. I don't think it was really his fault. His knee was down. They kind of pulled it out, said, oh, it was kind of a fumble. To me, it didn't look close. His knee was down. He was good, and they were still ripping it out while his knee was down. But it is just a reminder about ball control. Even during the Browns game when Sam Howell kind of rolled out to the left and he got that first down on the 4th down that we had, his arm is way out with the ball out there. I'd like to see reminders for the coaches, ball security, ball security, ball security. So other than that, I thought the offense did really good. The runs looked good. Rodriguez looked good. The running looked good. The passing looked good. For a first game out, except for them couple things I talked about, it was good.
Yeah, it was. Like I say, Sam looked good, efficient, and then running for the first. That's such a great weapon to have. And Cole Turner, you got to give it up for him.
Mm-hmm.
He looked great. He was sort of like the go-to guy.
He did.
Yeah. So I agree. I liked all that, and I agree. I kind of agree with what you said. When we were first talking about that Hail Mary, I really got your point on that because it made me think that you can practice Hail Marys. I mean, at practice all the time. It's a 1 in 100 chance. And you can. There's a thing to do with your Hail Mary. You got to go down there, put guys in position. Guys can cheat up. You push back. There's techniques that they use to try and get open down there.
Right.
That seems like something. Yeah, you just do that in practice. But if with 15 seconds, all you needed was 2 passes.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. You need to get down to about the 33 maybe. Because Joey kicked a 49-yarder. He's capable. So that's all you needed. So for me, I kind of like that rather than just chucking the rock. I mean, if it's the end of the game and you're down by, 5 points, go for it. Why not? But it was a good chance to really practice that 2-minute drill, especially I didn't realize they were at the 46. Man, they could have made, that's only with
all 15, their timeouts.
14 or 15, that's 2 7-yard passes, boom, boom, call timeout. But
even if you ran it, you could still call the timeout. You don't have to throw to the sidelines to stop the clock. You could run the ball timeout, run the ball
you can
timeout.
throw right up.
You're only going to have 3 or 4 plays anyways. So
yeah.
Now, if they were losing 14-2, fine, throw the Hail Mary. I'm all for it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But they were up 14-2, and the 3 points would have really capped good. It would have forced them to play really from behind, touchdown, 2-point extra, touchdown. if
Right.
you know what I'm saying, it would have forced them to play aggressively, and that's where other teams make mistakes. You don't win the game, you wait for the other team to make the mistakes, and so yeah,
Yep. They
still
had
fun.
I think they could have gotten 2 chances out of that and done it. But yeah, other than that, I mean, we might be nitpicking, but we always go for the big thing for us is always how did you manage your game? You know, how
Yeah.
were your third downs? How were your penalties? All that stuff adds up. Look at every team that loses.
Mm-hmm.
Look at every team that loses every Sunday. Look at their penalties.
Mm-hmm.
Look at their third downs. Look how they did on third. All that stuff. It just always turnovers. Boom, 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 right down the
Yep.
line. It just spells disaster. That's how
Mm-hmm.
you lose. And then the other team, conversely, 3 penalties, only 1 turnover. You know what I'm saying? It's the same kind of thing.
Yep.
Now, we hadn't, Rodriguez did really good. Did we have any real goal line opportunities in that game with the first string? I don't think we did because we scored with Jahan from, 25 out. I don't think we
Yeah.
were at any real goal line, did we?
I think we got in the red zone, and that's when Jacoby ran that one in. I think we were
Oh, that's
inside
true.
the 20 then.
Yeah. Both of those scores were from pretty far, 20 plus yards out. So
Right. So it was
cool.
down kind of inside. I think we were down. Yeah, no, maybe just that one where Jacoby ran it was close. So
Yeah.
didn't get to see any red zone kind of stuff.
Yeah. I think one thing we talked about was being crisp and organized. I wouldn't say that, but that's hard, I think, for any team. Let's face it, preseason, first couple games. Yeah, crisp and organized. That's going to take a little while. So, well, now we had some great practices, with the Ravens and some scuffles and fighting and all that good stuff.
If I hear somebody say Chippy one more fucking time, dude, these are grown men.
Yeah,
big,
Chippy.
giant grown men. They're not getting chippy out there. That's what school kids do.
I know. That's the same thing when they say, yeah, this kid, man, he's got a lot of swagger. Chippy and swagger. Get out of here. That's Pop Warner.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So anyway, on Monday night, that should be good. I thought overall the stuff I saw in practice was really good. They made their plays, we made ours. I think we got out injuries, pretty injury free. A lot of guys are nicked up. But coach did come right out and say, at this point, we're being super cautious and all these guys are projected to be ready for the first game. So for me, that's fine. I get it. You want to nurse those guys. The Logan Thomas is an interesting thing. I think maybe he was rehabbing his knee so much in the off season that his overall functional football strength isn't there because the reason he's out, they keep saying it's not because of the knee, it's because of his overall conditioning. They want his conditioning up, and you can see that when you tear your knee up, you're working on your knee. You don't get a chance to run a lot. I mean, you can do some limited weight work. So when I heard that, I was pretty happy. So, there's nicks. I know that John Allen's got a little foot thing going. I think Fedarian was in a boot for a while, but even with Fedarian, coach said something like, it's not serious. We're not taking any chances. So
Chase Young got a little bit of a stinger.
He did. Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, I know. I hate those
Sadiq
foot
Charles,
injuries too.
For some reason, I heard.
Well, Sadiq, man. Sadiq, man, that guy. He was born on the injured reserve. I swear to God, clock's ticking for him. I hate to say it, but let's see if he starts. There was some of those O linemen were a little banged up. I know that Wiley got kicked in the calf during one of the practices, like a stinger, and they pulled him out for a bit. So I don't blame you. I tell you, it was a weird thing. Was that resting guys, because sometimes it's frustrating. Guy gets a little thing and they rest him. But, Joe Burrow in that first game, he tweaked his calf and they put this, they put those real tight, rubber plastic, things on, like, if you tweak your elbow, they put it over there. So they slid it up his calf to kind of hold it in place and said, yeah, okay, go for it. Well, he went out and then he retweaked it. And now they're wondering if he'll start game one. So when I saw that, I thought, okay, yeah, maybe it is a smart idea. If someone does some soft tissue injuries, just let them sit down, man.
Yeah.
Don't send them out there because
The only other injury that I know of that I'll speak to is Danny Johnson hurt his shoulder during the practice with the Ravens. And that was because Mark Andrews, being the cheater that he is, picked him up and
Yeah,
body slammed him. So
that was weird. That was like, what the hell was that guy thinking?
dude, they were blowing the whistle that had been blown for 1 or 2 seconds well before he even picked him up and did that. So he's just one of
Yeah.
them pissed off, roided up guys. And so, he's probably got a target on him.
Boy, I'm wondering if he's even going to play because,
Yeah.
he hurt I heard and it was injured on that play.
Yeah,
So,
on that body slam. So
yeah.
Andrews might have a target on his back.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing, I don't want to see him get cheap shotted, but I like to see someone put the lumber on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just come across and take him out at the shoulder. Yeah, that
cool.
was really bad news. Not cool at all. So, I haven't heard anything about. Well, no, the big news is Howell's going to be the starter. So Ron, told us. I think Ron was the last person to know. Ron, yeah, Ron deleted that email on accident, and then he had to come out and announce it. But so that's good news. But as far as we don't know exactly who's going to start and everything yet. I haven't heard. But one thing I did hear is Ron, let me see what I hear on my notes, was Ron wanted to look at the primary backups a lot. Kind of bad news for those third, fourth, and fifth string guys, maybe fighting for a spot. But I think where we're at, we've always talked about this roster is pretty set. I mean, we're guys, what we got 40 guys battling for 3 spots. I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah. But I think so to me, the primary backups, you want to see Jeremy Reeves, you want to see, some of the other guys out there, younger guys in a chance, some of these rookie wide receivers, you want to see those guys, the primary guys.
That Andre Jones guy is looking like he's on the bubble pretty good. Yeah. Bubble people. So
there's a great example, man. Let's see him out there. So yeah, anyone that looks like could be a primary style backup guy, they want to see them a lot more reps because they got tough decisions to make now. Some tough decisions coming up. And when you hear that they're not going to play many of the starters in that third game, it's showtime for those second and third stringers. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to that. I think, it'll be an interesting game. I think it's still the Ravens they got some insane winning streak in preseason going, right?
Oh, yeah. That's right. That undefeated since like 2015 or something crazy.
Yeah, pretty nuts, man.
Dude, I mean, and that was back when you were doing 4 preseason games.
I know. So so there's that. So once again,
it would be a nice boost for the team to snap that. You know what I mean? All eyes are going to be on. People love that kind of stuff. I could care less personally. You want your team to win anyways, and not for that reason. Right. Yeah. You want your team to win anyways, but it would be nice to win and snap that and get a nice spotlight on yourself. That's a booster for the team. It's a thing that propels them into the season feeling good about themselves. And people who say, "Oh, preseason doesn't matter." Preseason matters. Would you rather have your team going into the season 3-0 or 0-3? And the same people who, say it don't matter. It's just copium is all it is. And so
exactly. Yeah. And you want to see them, like one thing we want to start to see too on both sides of the ball is what we talked about was that organized, crisp, deliver the plays, boom, no messing around, no sloppiness, little like on the line, the offensive line play, those penalties and them looking a little. That's because the O-line, everyone thinks it's five individual guys and one guy got beat and this guy got beat. It's really not the case. A lot of times a guy gets beat, but the interior guy was supposed to slide over. We don't know all. It's the same with the DBs. You see a guy get burned and go, well, that guy's an idiot. But really the safety was on that play. The safety was supposed to be locked in on the inside for him. And he let the guy go to the inside but you don't see that. You just let the guy go by and go, man, what a moron. Yeah. He got burned. So it's the same with the O-line. They've got to, but that comes into that being crisp, tighten things up, precision. So let's, even though it's going to be only maybe 1 or 2 series with the starters, let's hope we see that from those guys.
The penalties were on both sides of the ball were holding penalties.
Yeah,
pretty sure almost every single one was a holding penalty. So there wasn't any illegal motion. There wasn't any jumping the ball. There wasn't
Right.
anything like that. So at least those things look good. But they were playing pretty basic football, and I like that as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
because with just playing the basic football, and then you can form your more meticulous stuff around that as long as you have the basics down and then progress from there. So yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to give anything away. Also, they don't want to go too crazy, and that's this is the big deal now. After this game, there's no more fans. It's all close practice, and this is where they hone these new plays, and they're like targeted towards building their playbook, and also targeted towards going after this specific team. The Cardinals. They're starting to look a little ahead to that and how they're gonna play. So,
very good.
Yeah, are you gonna be able to live stream the game?
I am going to try and live stream the game. If we have to use the Yahoo graphic, we're going to do that. And also, if I can get it on the NFL Premium, if I get to watch it, I don't get ESPN, but if I can get it on the NFL Premium, I'll call it off of that. And
Okay.
if not, we just do the Yahoo graphic like we always do. It's still fun.
Yeah, Yahoo will always be there for us. So,
Yeah.
yeah, good deal. Well, looking forward to it. Let's see. I did mention, I just want to look at my notes. Yeah, Joey Sly, he did have a 49-yarder, so
Yeah.
that was good. I did see. I watched a guy filmed every play that Malcolm, what's his name? Is it the Forbes? The new corner.
Oh yeah, he did look
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, they showed him every play that he was on. I mean, whether the ball was thrown, but just to see how we reacted. Man, that guy, he looked unbelievably smooth and good, dude. A rookie is surprisingly good. He's going to have some growing pains for sure because he's going to go up against some studs, no doubt about it. But that guy knows what he's doing, especially in zone, that off man. You can tell his brain is like a computer. He watches things, he flows with things. A couple plays he ran, he moved before the receiver cut. He just knew which way the guy was going to go. So really happy about him. I think that's great. We thought last year, remember, man, we started off with, Chase wasn't ready. Logan Thomas wasn't ready. Robinson got shot. Fedarian tore his meniscus right away. I mean, my God, it was like, and then we had William Jackson, the turd. That's what we had last year. We don't have any of that bullshit this year. So, I got to watch my mouth. We might get demonetized.
Oh, we don't care.
Yeah. We're still waiting for that check, man.
Yeah, no doubt. It's building up. We'll let it sit in the bank account. But Percy Butler got the interception for us, and John Ridgeway picked up the fumble for us. So
I forgot about that. Great.
Yeah, good work on their part. So
yeah, heads up on both of them. It was an overthrow, but Percy had his head in the game and snagged it. So proud of those guys.
And even Forbes was in on that goal line stance there on that on the third and goal. He made the tackle. Him and I forget who else the other one was. Him and somebody else helped, and then Montez Sweat got the 4th and goal for the stop. So kudos to the defense for that.
Yeah, and he did. Forbes looked good. He reached in, grabbed that guy, and threw him backwards. So, and I like the idea. We know he's a skinny guy, but I just like the idea that he just got in there.
Yeah. Very heads up.
Very.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to this game, and BH is going to be in the chat room. Y'all come and visit and hang out with us. It should be a good game. I'm excited. So.
All right, man.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.